Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? Cub here and welcome back to some more Overwatch. Today we're doing Defend. This is kind of the twin episode to yesterday's episode. I was on the attacking yesterday, today we're defending, and I'm going to do something right now that I wasn't originally going to do with these videos, but I feel like it's probably a good idea under these circumstances. I'm going to tell you guys how this game ends. Now this one is very close, it's right down to the wire, but at the end of it we do lose. My team loses. Now in the past, I haven't told you guys at the beginning whether or not I win or lose, because I think that that adds a bit of suspense to the episodes and enhances the viewability of them, if you will. But comment down below and let me know what you think, because I don't want to be misleading with them. I don't want people to watch the episode assuming that I'm like a pro level gamer and then I lose and be disappointed. I'm not. I'm just your average Joe playing the game and trying to work it out and create my own kind of system and rules for it. So when you start the video, I want you to know up front what you're going to be getting, but I know that some people might not like that. So comment down below. I'll go with whatever the highest opinion is. If you guys say yes, tell us, or no, don't, I'll go off whatever that is. Now, not only do we lose, but I do spectacularly poorly as Bastion. As you can tell, I get wiped out really quick, and this attacking team, let me tell you what, they get a little bit choppy when they get to the meat grinder, but off the bat there, they did some stellar damage. They cleared us off of that objective, and let me tell you, even though the first half of this map really is tailored toward the attacking team, they did a great job moving it forward. My team tried, but nothing we could do could stop them, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. When they get within sight again, they have this down. Big props to them. They are playing the objective. And if there's anything you ever take away from these theoretical tips from a guy who is terrible at a game, play the objective. That's the most important thing. That's all I care about, and these folks were doing it very well. Now here I'm trying to do my Bastion thing. I'm trying to set up at a distance so I can shoot down at the team, but I'm not like their main focus. Unfortunately, I don't know where the rest of my team is right now. If the rest of my team had been down there, I probably could have stayed up there, not been noticed, picked them off. But as I was the only person attacking them, I got sniped out pretty quick. Which brings me to a point that someone mentioned yesterday in the comments of one of my videos. I had said if you're on the attack team, don't be a sniper, because it makes no sense, because you got to be quick, and you got to stick close, and you're going to be doing mostly close quarter combat, especially if you're moving the payload. And then someone's like, well, no, you need a sniper, because a sniper's really good for taking down turrets and taking down Bastion. And as you saw, just a couple seconds ago, that is true. So, yeah, I guess if you know what you're doing with a sniper, definitely get one. I have not played with a sniper. I don't want to give any faux tips about it. Now here I decided to follow my previous Bastion rules, which is, again, set up at a distance and just shoot bullets downwind and hope that my team can finish them off. However, they've got that turret up there, and that thing is killer. In a second, they're going to have a shield on the end of it, and there's nothing I could do. Now, I should have moved over to the side right there. Should have repaired myself, should have taken a different position, but I didn't. And if you're wondering why I keep assembling in random places, I'm doing that because I keep trying to sprint, and of course, Bastion does not sprint. Now, they're getting close to the meat grinder here, and I was considering just setting up here at the end and being done with it. Don't ever do that, though, and I learned this in later missions. It's one of the most irritating things you can do for your teammates, because if they're rushing forward to try to stop them, this is embarrassing right there. It's just sad. This is also about the time I decided I needed a different hero, so I switched over to Soldier 76. But anyway, don't set up at the back and just wait for them to come to you. Try to stop them ahead a bit. We'll get into that in the next episode, or the next episode after next, but just... That's lame. Don't do that. And there are some actual disadvantages to it. Now here, I knew we needed to disrupt them. We needed someone fast who could get in behind them. A tracer would have been good. There's other classes that would have been good. But again, my biggest flaw is that I am only good, or halfway decent, familiar, I'll say, with two classes. Soldier 76 and Bastion. So when we could have used a tracer to hop in there and get stuff done, all I could do was be Soldier 76, and I did a pretty good job. I took out the turret, I took out the man with shield whose name escapes me, and granted, it didn't stop them. It did make it a little bit easier for my team to slow them down here in the meat grinder. Saying that, they do get it further forward, because I'm not good, and apparently my team's not that great either. By the way, even though we do lose, I still get the play of the game, and it makes me question more than ever what determines plays of the game, and you'll see what I mean at the end. Now, I don't have a whole lot to say on this mission. I can keep pointing out where I went wrong, where my team went wrong, where we didn't have a good defensive. Here, obviously, we've stopped them, and we do a pretty good job of slowing them down, but this is the meat grinder. This is that part of the level that is so tailored toward the defense, toddlers could do a good job with it. So I'm not proud of what we managed to do here. I'm ashamed we didn't do better. I'm ashamed of how far they got. They won, too, so at the end, they made it all the way, but look at this. Is just terrible. But I'm just here to show you guys, and I have no commentary to add to it. I have no suggestions, no tips, other than to say, look how bad we were, and look how good they were. My gosh, it was just amazing. And watching this back, I kept thinking to myself, because I do give them a watch through before I record them to familiarize myself with what happens in them. And just watching through it, I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing half the time in this? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Here, it's obvious. I'm desperate. I'm scared they're going to reach the point. So I've picked the only kind of quick moving class that I could. And I'm just staying right next to the payload, trying to move it backwards, doing a pretty decent job of it. But even then, I could have done better. There's things I could have done better. And I'm getting a lot of eliminations here. I'm not going to say I did badly. I did the best that I could when I panic. And as I talked about in previous videos, no matter what rules I set for myself, as soon as I get panicky, they're out the door. And I'm just doing crazy stuff. And surprisingly, I stayed somewhat tame. I did keep my head a little bit. I stuck close to the payload to move it backwards. I did a pretty good job eliminating guys. There's just things that as I watch, I'm thinking if I had thought better about this, I would not have made these mistakes. We would have done better. I would have placed down my healing device sooner. I would have saved my little rocket thing. I'm so well versed in the terminology of this game. Healing device, rocket thing. I know what I'm talking about here, folks. But really, you tell me down below what you think, because we got a lot of clever people that watch. What could we have done differently? I think if we'd been communicating and better strategizing our defense, because here in a second, it gets to a point where they're right there. They're right at the end, and I don't want to spoil the end of the episode, but they are right there at our doorstep, about to drop off the payload, and I'm the only person on the payload trying to move it backwards. I don't know where the rest of my team is. They're kind of off to my left. I see a couple of people running down a hallway. I don't know what their plan was. I'm assuming they had a good one, but I think it was poor team communication and bad plays on my part. And it's not my fault completely. Obviously, I didn't play very well, but no one did on my team. It was a shared defeat. Now we're getting close to the point where I somehow managed to get play of the game, and I just want you folks to watch this and tell me, was the rest of my team's plays so terrible that it was just, oh yeah, this guy did as best as he could, let's just go with that one. So here I am again. There's a couple of guys around me, so we're still kind of putting up a defensive here, but in a second they're all gonna vanish, which is strange because we're moving it backwards. We've only got to hold them for another minute 50, and I mean they're right there, but listen, this guy gets that thing played, or I'm sorry, it's Bastion. Didn't get anything placed, he just hopped on down there. In fact, a lot of the times when I say turret, it's actually Bastion. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, I don't care, but I know some of you are gonna get irritated with me. Roll with it, okay? Just accept the fact that I don't know what I'm talking about. So here we are, they're right there, I'm on top of it, we've got a Tracer running around with me, good on you, Tracer. We're doing a pretty decent job. We're all here, we're in the area we need to be, they're kind of advancing to keep them from getting into the grinder, which I suppose I'm okay with. I think it would have been better if they'd all been here with me, because there they all go, over there into that corner. And here I am now alone, moving this thing backwards. And here comes my excellent play of the game. First off, I missed with my little rocket thing, which is what I'm officially calling it. Wait, that's not even part of the play of the game. No, it's not. No, it's coming here in a second. It's even worse than that. So there they all go. Again, I'm not sure where they're going, but it's pretty much me and this guy. I think this is it. Right here, play of the game. You ready? I jump back here. I shoot this guy. I run back here. I jump on this thing. I realize how terribly alone I am. I guess there's more people there than I thought, but still, there I go. And before I'm even able to respawn, guess what happens? Just wait for it. There it is. It's the defeat. It's just, where was my team? How hard would it have been to just stand there? And I don't... Well, again, somehow, in this mayhem, and I think that what we're about to see is representative of what really went wrong here. Keeping in mind, I only played for Bastion for a little bit at the start of the game, and I didn't get hardly any hits in. I didn't get hardly any kills. Watch, just wait for it. Play of the game right here. I did hit that guy, but that was 32% of my team's damage. Keeping in mind, I only played as Bastion for a little while. I was Soldier 76 for most of it. I did most of my damage as Soldier 76, and I got 32% of my team's damage. Why is that? That shouldn't be the case. I went 20-10, so for those of you who do care about KDR, 20 eliminations, and then as Bastion, it was 2-4. It was terrible, but I don't understand. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you, I'll see you later.